to the ScamSlam channel. I'm here to bring you content from both shady and some not so shady individuals on TikTok. Ever scrolled through your For You page and come across a sketchy scam or a questionable character? Well, you're not alone, and that's where I come in. On this channel, I'll be diving deep into the world of TikTok to expose scams, scammers, and problematic content to steer clear of. From beggars, scammers, fakers, liars, abusers, and awareness creators that you watch, I'll be here to share it all. I'll be doing it all through showing live streams and adding in comments where appropriate. Be sure to look out for those red flags. So if you want to stay informed on what's really going on in the world of TikTok, then hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride. Let's expose the truth together, and reminder, don't send money to anyone on TikTok.
And I've been trying to bring that back a little bit. Being homeless and trying to make content is not easy. Good content, quality content. All kinds of books. Right now, this month, I'm reading contemporary lesbian poetry, UK and Northern American based, Black women. So, it's wonderful. I love it. These are my first real delve into queer literature. Wait, what's going on? I'm having trouble seeing other comments. I have no clue. Let's try this chop. If anybody wants to help with the goal at any point in this live, my goal for the room, I'm raising it for tomorrow. Have a lot of doctor's appointments tomorrow and would love to be able to pay for it tonight. I do pay for it in front of you guys and show you receipts. I only have Zelle and PayPal, but I can put it on the screen, both of them, if anyone in here would be caring to help at any point throughout this live. Cheers. So this is the spicy Brazilian Chipotle, whatever you want to call it. Excited. Excuse me. I like it. Not too spicy. Very subtle. That chipotle seasoning, not too spicy at all. It almost gives it like a nice glaze type of feel. It gives me almost like a Nashville hot vibe. And the Brazilian seasoning gives it a good herby aftertaste. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your help earlier. Helping me get from my doctor's appointment and get inside a room. Never said anyone owed me anything, bro. I'm on here eating food and asking for help. Chill your fucking tailbone. This one's a lot tougher. I should have did I put tenderizer on here? I thought I put it on all of them. Obviously not. But chops are tough. Use your tenderizer, dudes. I wish I had more vegetables. I'm trying to like level them out. Not eat them all at once. But I wish I had more. Thank you so much, Carmen. I wish you were here to try a taste. Eating good with Freddie Jean. Y'all want to taste? Why would I put a shirt on if I'm eating? And I could literally spill on my shirt. Never wear a shirt when I'm eating. Vegetables are more spicy than the Chipotle Brazilian. At this bite, we got some cabbage, some radish, some kale, some onion, and then we're gonna put a bit of potato on there. Cheer. Holy shit, hold on. You watch Ratatouille when he put that cheese with that strawberry and it start doing fireworks? You better believe it, baby. That was the combo. That was better than the meat with the vegetable. Like the vegetable and the potato, hold the fuck on. That was better than the meat. That was, oh wow, I understand why vegetarians exist. That literally did things for me. That was wonderful. How y'all doing today? Wait. Fuck Sam, whoever he is. I don't even know who that is. I got you, boo. Little cute consensual kiss real quick. And a little up close to the food real quick. For those who are just coming in. Original lemon pepper garlic. I got that spicy Brazilian, baby. Hiding underneath all of that. Cute little sweet little thing. That's what I'm eating on. It's the potatoes. right now. Holla. Anyway. Excuse me. Excuse me. How y'all doing today? How was your day today and what did you do today? How was the weather where you were? Did it rain really hard where y'all are? It rained super hard here. I loved it though. So I just pinned my PayPal and my Zelle really quick for those who may want to silent watchers. Anybody? PayPal is Royal Pittman 2019 without the emojis. The picture comes up as me with blonde hair and a red background. Okay. And last name comes up as Pittman. And the Zelly Papelli is down there in the comment section, pinned as well. Full number, last name comes up as Pittman, first name Tiniqua. Again, holla. I appreciate y'all. If you're wondering why I don't have a shirt on, it's because I'm eating food. I don't want to mess up my shirts. I'm literally fucking homeless, and washing clothes is expensive. If you're wondering why I have a line on my shirt, on my chest, it's because I'm trans. If you're wondering why I'm eating, oh my goodness, thank you, God. First of all, thank you to the person who helped me. I said thank you, God. Thank you to the person who helped me. I also said, wow, thank you. Somebody just helped me. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you. Shout out God. Shout out to them. The goal is now 35. Thank you, God. I said the comments, in the comment section is my Zelle. Comment section is my Zelle. It is the number that pops up. First name Taniqua, last name Pittman. And my PayPal's in the comment. On the screen here. And it's Royal Pittman 2019 without the emojis. A picture pops up with me with blonde hair and a red background, if anybody would care to help. I also said, if you're wondering why I don't have a shirt on, it's because I'm eating and I'm homeless and I don't want to dirty too many shirts because washing clothes is expensive. I also said, if you're wondering what the line is on my chest and you're new here, it's because I had top surgery. And then I said, if you're wondering what I'm eating pork chop 3 different ways, original lemon pepper garlic, chipotle Brazilian, stir-fried vegetables almost gone, and roast potatoes that I put my own seasoning on. And I put a few seasoning on there and some fresh herbs such as Italian parsley, thyme, and rosemary. I also use that for a little bit of the pork chop. But it was mostly for the potato thing. And yeah, welcome in. Again, thank you so much for the help. If anybody else would like to help towards the room, please do. Because as soon as I make the whole 55, I can literally run downstairs on live in front of you and pay for the room. So you know I'm super honest and you can know exactly where your funds go. And as soon as I'm done, I will take a screenshot of my bank account so you know I don't have anything left over. And I spent exactly what I asked for. Because honesty means a lot to me, honestly. I don't got time to lie about shit, you feel me? I'm homeless as fuck, my family is dead, and I'm begging on the internet. What do I have left to lie for? Like, sorry. But I appreciate you so much. If you have any questions, please ask. Put into the comment section, what are you having for dinner tonight? Is it better than me? Because if you're having barbecue, it's better than me. I want barbecue so bad. I'm talking hot dog, hamburger, and maybe a sausage with like a Huggy or a Chubby Buddy soda. You know what? And some chips, like some plain Utz's chips. Ah! Bree, you're close. You're close to making me envious. Bree, some ribs on the grill. Anything grilled right now, it just slap. It was so rainy today, but it was so warm. And it just felt very cleansing. Rain brings healing energy for me. And I just walked in the rain to get the bus after my doctor's appointment, and I enjoyed it, but then it started to pour. And luckily I was able to hurry up and catch the bus. Oops, excuse me. All was well. And energy was great. Weather was very, very wonderful. It's scary to see some people on my For You page right now getting snow. Question mark. Have no clue where, because I didn't dwell too much into the TikTok. I thought if I looked at the comments, it would even be bad juju for me. And I'm sick of it. So I feel like if snow doesn't exist in my brain, we might not get snow for my whole state. Bless up. If Pennsylvania don't get no more snow this whole season, it's because of me, bitch. Okay, Bree, you owe me. But, excuse me. Here in Pennsylvania, we have been having a lot of tragic, critical weather storms and alerts, such as tornado warnings the past week and tornadoes. Winds extremely high. Some places have had power lines fall down. These winds are extremely strong. I've talked to a few people, and it's like most of the conversation is usually like, I can't believe it is as accurate as the news said it was going to be. Because here in Pennsylvania, I don't know about anywhere else. I ain't never lived there. But news people like to play. And I mean play. So I was shocked, and we all were shocked. Like, whoa, this was super accurate. Like, almost to the point where when we did get the tornado warning, I was like, psh, we're not about to get no fucking tornado. And then they were like, beware of high windstorms. And I was out in the country this weekend, and even here in the city. But out in the country, it was worse. I could hear the wind. I almost felt like my hotel window was gonna break. It almost made me feel like, holy shit. Maybe we should have listened to the news when we got that tornado warning. Because I was like, fuck that shit. We not finna get that shit. Y'all always lie. Y'all should have felt it. I was like, holy shit. I don't have a basement to get to. I don't have a bunker. I don't have anything. Hold on. Is Dorothy coming to town? Toto. I was scared for a little bit. But we're all right. Knocked my power out. I didn't know you felt it. I'm in Central PA. But I travel for hotels that are affordable. Especially when the car shows come to town here in Central PA, which makes everything extremely affordable. I mean, extremely expensive, excuse me. I go to the cheapest one, as far out as York. Okay, Pittsburgh, I've never heard of Bedford, but I'm guessing it's up near Pottstown. I'm just guessing. I don't know. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? I know Bree's having ribs, but nobody else answered. Oh, okay. It's by Altoona. I got you, girl. I got you. Oh, what kind of sliders? Chicken or beef? Or like ham or turkey? Mmm. I love sliders. You know my favorite sliders are from? My... Whew, that was a little spicy. Hold on. Hold on now. I think I inhaled a chili flake. I think I inhaled a chili flake. I'm not even joking right now. I'm trying to... It's painful. I'm trying to play it cool, but there's like probably a chili flake like deep inhaled in my throat. And I can like not only feel it in my throat so that when I talk, it feels like there's a rock in there, but it burns. I'm about to cry. Okay. I'm good. I'm okay. Woo! This burns! Spicy! I'm alright. I'm not a pussycat, but it's just like, damn, this is so unexpected. And I just, like, excuse me, it's not the burning that bothers me. It's almost like the feeling like, have you ever swallowed a pill and it got stuck in your throat and you could feel it whenever you talked or swallowed or something? That's kind of what this feels like. Like I can feel the little, like one of these in my throat. It's like a chili flake. I could feel it and it won't go down no matter what I drink. But I'm not like in unbearable pain. It's so uncomfortable for me. Tell the penny fairy, has he met me? And if he has, tell him to cover me. Can you do that for me? Please? Pretty please? What do I have to do for you guys to get the penny fairy to cover me? This is lemon pepper garlic. Let's try. Excited. Let's see. I like it. For some reason, the flavors combined give me like a gravy vibe. I don't know why. I put garlic butter seasoning on this, lemon pepper seasoning, a tiny bit of onion powder, and meat tenderizer. It's good. It's very good. It's very wholesome because of that gravy flavor for me. Could be the butter seasoning being roasted in the pan while grilling the pork chop. Um, mm, mm. It's very vibrant, but yet very succulent. I would love bite-sized pieces of this, more tender than what I did it. If I could critique myself, much more tenderizer on all of these pork chops. Pork chop is a very tough meat. I'm still learning how to cook it. Though I cook very well, I have grown up with fried pork chops my whole life. So incorporating sauteed, I need to learn right temperature, right time, proper amount of tenderization. Though I season these and these are thin pork chops, these are thin cut. You know what I mean? Though I season them with meat tenderizer, I probably could have benefited from beating them a little bit to tenderize them naturally and beat those salts into that meat because that meat is very thick. So just letting it sit there for that 25 minutes that I did when I pre-seasoned it, it didn't break down those muscles of the meat like I really intended it to, whereas a deep fryer would have. I love the seasonings. I don't think I would have done anything different towards the seasonings other than a little bit more meat tenderizer and, beating and preparing the meat differently. I was very shocked by the spicy chipotle Brazilian. It's so much more of like a honey spicy glaze, though there's no honey listed on the seasoning packet. I just had that regular hot chipotle seasoning. Hey, hot chipotle seasoning packet, some chili flakes, as well as some Brazilian steakhouse seasoning that I use personally on everything. Um, Delicious. It was the most subtle, the most unexpected. The one thing that I do think would amplify that is again making it more tender. And if I could suggest something, I would use that hot chipotle Brazilian seasoning on a thick cut chipotle. On a thick cut pork chop. You feel me? Very tenderized. You know what I mean? And I was gonna say something else and I forgot it. I lost it. That makes me sad. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say about this. Making this better, because I had a great idea to make this better, and it literally just faded, and it's making me so upset because right, period, got it. All right, thicken this, chop up, do a thick cut, boneless or bone in, keep the same seasoning pattern, and add a fresh lemon squeeze when you cut it up and eat it. That's what I was missing. Fresh lemon squeeze to the hot Chipotle Brazilian. Somebody asked if I had the seasonings I can show, and I do. I usually don't do this, but I do today. Why not? If anybody would like to help for the room cause, I am 35 off of the room. I have my PayPal here on the screen. It's Royal Pittman 2019 without the emojis. The picture is of me with blonde hair and a red background. And I'm going to pin the Zelle as well in case any silent watchers, or anybody on the live stream would care to help me. I'm trying to raise enough for a motel room for tomorrow. Because I have a lot of doctor's appointments. And it would just, be very, very convenient for me to be able to pay for it tonight. I can show you all proof and etc. of what you may need. I'm trying to scroll, but I'm not finding the Zelle in the comment section so I can use it. So I'll just do it in the comments right now. I cook on the Ninja Grill. One of my viewers gifted me enough to buy a Ninja Grill, and I did. It's one of my prized possessions, my favorite things. But I got this Zelle down. I'm going to pin it for y'all, as well as the PayPal is pinned in case anyone would care to help. Now, to the seasonings. For the original pork chop, I used original seasonings that my mother would use for fried pork chops or fried chicken. You know what I mean? So that's original to me. Season all, but specifically Morton season all. We don't fuck with Laurie's. This is what I grew up with. Yes, ma'am. Meat tenderizer, unseasoned. They do have a seasoned version, to each their own. The seasoned version has a lot of salt in it. Again, to each their own. Just make sure you get some tenderizer. And again, thin cut or thick cut, I've learned going forward, whether you are seasoning to tenderize your meat, beat it still. Get yourself a meat tenderizer stick or a rolling pin or whatever the case may be, and make sure that you're toughening out and beating through the meat after you season it with your tenderizer, because pork is a very thick meat. And then last but not least, for the original, was just some regular onion powder of any kind of brand. I use Chestnut Hill. For the second one, lemon pepper garlic. I love only Kingsford lemon pepper seasoning. I don't know, they just have a great citrusy flavor, and I think that they have like absolutely no aftertaste. This is like the superior lemon pepper seasoning. Um, Caribbean citrus with kick. So yes, we also use some of that meat tenderizer, and we use some Grill Mate seasoning, garlic butter seasoning. That's what makes it garlic lemon pepper. And for the third one, the and for the third one, the hot chipotle Brazilian, I use some meat tenderizer, of course, some Wings of Fury. I've been using this on almost everything. Sriracha chicken seasoning. So I've been saying chipotle, but it's not chipotle, it's sriracha. My fault. This is what it is. I got it from Walmart. I've been saying chipotle, but it's not chipotle, it's sriracha. My fault. This is what it is. I got it from Walmart. I've been saying chipotle, but it's not chipotle, it's sriracha. My fault. This is what it is. I got it from Walmart, and it says chicken seasoning. You can use this on every motherfucking thing, because I do. Gives it a nice glazy, it's not too hot. It says hot, but it's not. It gives it a nice glazy vibe. It basically, to me, as I compared it earlier, a Nashville hot kind of vibe. If you were going to get some Nashville hot tenders from KFC or whatever, they have that sweet little kick. That's what it's given. I like this seasoning. I've been using this seasoning for months now. I always keep a packet with me. I don't know if it comes in bottles, but I know that it comes in these packets. And the packets work for me, obviously. So again, the hot sriracha Brazilian consists of meat tenderizer, this here packet, and this Grill Mates seasoning Brazilian steakhouse. Just because it says steak or chicken doesn't mean you have to limit those herbs or seasonings to those type of meats. And I also used some red pepper chili flakes. And that wraps it up. For the meats. To the person who asked for the seasonings. I love spicy, but this is not really spicy. Who gives a fuck? I really don't care. I was showing y'all the seasonings, so the trolls, the haters, the people who are screen recording me and are mad that I'm asking for help, they reported me and said that I was trying to convince you all to go and buy those seasonings. I wasn't. So my live is restricted right now. So basically, if anybody really wants to help, please lock down and send to the PayPal or the Zelle for the gold so I can go downstairs and pay. Because the trolls, they're really trying to do anything they can to jack our style and kill our vibe. And most importantly, restrict my shelter. This lemon pepper garlic is so refreshing. Like, I love this. Like, I wish I saved the stir fry vegetables for this one because I literally am out of all vegetable, but this would go great with a salad. Wow. Got some rosemary over here. Gotta get that out of here. You don't want to eat those. Last little bit of veggies. Mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, thank you, God. Thank you so much. You're now 25 off of the goal. They are roasted potatoes, so I got them in a pack of regular potatoes with butter. I got it at John, and it was just like a literal pack of like cut up red potatoes with butter, and I put my own seasonings in them, which was a fresh herb pack that I got at Giant. I seen right next to this. It had rosemary, Italian parsley, and thyme. And that's what you can see in here. And I used a little bit of that for the pork chops. You can see me taking out the fresh herbs because we don't want to eat that. I thought I took all of it out, but I didn't really. So you'll see me picking at it, but it's not because there's any nasty stuff in there. It's just because I'm trying not to eat stems. That's why I'm picking. It is all the veggie. Well, I have more potato. I don't want to eat more potato, though. I'm more of a protein person, so this will be all the potatoes I'm going to eat today, and then I'm just going to put these in a Ziploc bag and save them for tomorrow, of course. Because I don't do too well with too much starch. I'm more of a protein person. The vegetables that I had was left over from a chopped salad kit. So I love Taylor Farms chopped salads, right? Yesterday I had a steak with a dill pickle chopped salad, but they always give you a lot of vegetables, but they never give you enough dressing, which causes for leftover vegetables. And personally, over the years, I have loved to take those leftover vegetables and stir fry them in a pan and add a little egg to them and eat them for breakfast. But today I incorporated it with this meal and just stir fried it with some salt and pepper. Literally so basic. A little bit of chili flake and a little bit of crystal hot sauce because I gotta have that crystal hot sauce. And it was delicious. It consisted of Caitlin, let me cook for you. It was consistent of like red cabbage, regular cabbage, kale, green onion, regular onion, and radish. And I stir fried that up with, again, just some basic, like I just love the flavors of vegetables itself, so I'm not too much of I love seasoning. I know what to put seasoning on. I am Italian and black. So it's hilarious that like black people got the seasoning power, and then like Italians are known for like herbs and not seasoning shit at all. I feel like I have a great balance of incorporating both, where you have a lot of flavor and not a lot of salt. Because I do come from like a line of like high blood pressure and shit like that, like heart issues. Um, so how I cook is like I want to always show people that you don't have to like my recipes, but if you like flavor and you like to, but you are also like watching out for the small shit, then look at my shit. Cause like I don't like too much salt. I don't like too much. I can't do gluten and shit like that. And that's like shit that people don't really like care about or look too much about in like recipes or whatever they eat. And those are things that I always try to incorporate whenever I'm cooking. So if anybody cares about shit like that, like back in the day, I had like a really, I'm not trying to like gloat or anything, but I used to have like a really big crowd that would be like, yo, nobody cooks with like stuff like that. And like, I'm not puffing up after I'm eating, and I'm not like feeling super sleepy after I'm eating, because like cooks with like stuff like that. And like, I'm not puffing up after I'm eating, and I'm not like feeling super sleepy after I'm eating, because like I have ovarian cancer, but like for a long time I had to like eat based on PCOS and etc., which can be very beneficial to a lot of women because I'm transgender. I was born female, and transition to eat is based on cravings and what will also heal and satisfy my body. So this is my first time cooking pork this season because I just got my food stamps, but also this will be the last. Because growing up, just tradition, we only ate pork when it was cold outside. Never when it was hot because it would get us like bloated. It was super salty. We got all that water retention in your body, fatigue, headaches were very common when eating pork in the heat and in the summertime and things of that nature. So knowing how to season and knowing what you want to eat in proportion is great, but nobody also talks about timely eating. Like what you should eat around what type of year. Your body changes with the seasons as well. The world doesn't change. The trees don't just change. The leaves and the flowers don't just change. You are a living organism. You are a part of this world. You change with it. You change with the tide of and the water. So a lot of people say that in the summertime you should focus on 2 feet animals and stay away from like 4-legged animals and things of that nature, such as pigs and beef and red meat. But you should stay more towards chicken and turkey and things of that nature, more lean meats. And in the winter time, more fatty meats such as like 4-legged animals, cow, beef, venison, pig, lamb, etc. Those types of vibes. A lot of people do also eat duck in the summertime. And fish. It depends on your culture and whatever, but those are like, it's very important. I didn't even realize it was so important. I'm not talking like I'm a fucking genius from birth. Please, I grew up eating stupid shit and well done steak. That's crap. I learned over the years just how my body was reacting to how I needed to take care of it, and how as growing as an adult and how your metabolism works, as well as your hormones and everything else. It all is connected. It truly is with gut health. and vitamins are important. Making sure you're watching what you're eating is important. And I always felt like watching what you're eating is such a stupid diet quote, but it's literally not. Like, you can eat whatever you want as long as you're making sure that it's, again, in season, in proportion, it's aligned with you, which is awesome. And then you have to have that willpower, which I really don't, but I'm trying to incorporate in bringing that exercise into play. That's the willpower. That's part of your mind. You know, once you're eating good, once you're eating in proportion, then you want to start, maintaining a great heart pace throughout the day, containing great water usage, electrolyte intake, as well as making sure that we are doing lots of cardio. Heavy lifting and heavy gym shit. My trainer, when I was paying for it at Crunch, taught me, it's not fucking important. As long as you're eating properly, you're monitoring what you're doing, and you're making sure that you are doing high cardio intake workouts daily, at least maybe 2 to 1 time a day, 3 times a week, and you're making sure that throughout the day you're especially while you're working, a lot of people work jobs where you're walking around day to day. Make sure that you have a watch on. Make sure that you're walking at a pace where your heart rate is a little bit higher than, the calories that you're intaking throughout the day, so that you can burn that proper fat. Do I sound like a nerd? Am I doing too much right now? I'm just passionate about this. And I hope that people take me seriously. Because I don't even take myself seriously right now, but dear God, I'm trying to convince myself right now as much as I'm trying to convince you. Because I know the facts are facts, but it's facts are facts, but then it's another thing to get our bodies and get our minds into the habit of actually doing it. And that's my problem. It's I know the facts are facts, and I know if I do this one thing, it will actually work, and equivalent to the other thing that I hope, which is healthy living in a positive body that I'm confident in, but I lack in consistency and urgency. Yikes. So I'm right there with y'all. Right? Because God knows there's always a tomorrow for me. Oh, I fucked up today, but I'm going to start tomorrow. Fucked up tomorrow. I'm going to start again tomorrow. No. We have a lot of time in the day, but quite frankly, there is not that much time in the damn day. We need to get started now, or we're not going to start at all. That's just how we are as humans. We live to be over excessive, above and beyond, and push ourselves to the limits. Our brain doesn't allow us to make us feel like we're stuck in the same place. So even though we do have enough time to do what we need to do, in our minds there's always something more important to do. Always something better we could be doing, or a new project we could be starting that could amplify us. We're conundrums. That's what we are as a human species. It's what makes us beautiful. But God, is it something to work with when you're living with yourself? It's a little tough, isn't it? I'm full. I ate 2.5 pork chops, all the vegetables, and half of the potatoes we love. I'm gonna put these back in here. Put it in a Ziploc. Put this on here and throw this away. And I'll put these in Ziploc bags. Hell yeah, I eat sugar. Fuck yeah. I used to crave sugar a lot when I was younger, and now that I'm older, it's like every now and then I will crave sugar, but it's very few. I don't feel like getting my Ziploc bags out right now. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Cause that's good enough, motherfucker. For real. $25 off of the room if anybody would care to help. I have Zelle and PayPal. I would really appreciate it. Go downstairs and pay for it on live in front of you guys. Show you the receipt so you know I'm honest. I'm done eating, but I am gonna just chill on here with you guys. I'll have a cake dessert. I got these today in honor of my mom. It was her favorite thing, so I'm gonna go to my storage bin tomorrow when I get done with my doctor's appointments and put a few of these in her box that I have her glasses and stuff in. Because that's my tiny altar in my storage bin for her until I can get, an actual altar set up for her. But yeah, there was a lot of signs that told me that she wanted these today. And then when I got almost to the hotel, there was an old school tasty cake truck. And I mean old school, like I looked at the wording, I looked at the coloring and the fading, and I go, that's like from my mom's time. Like they're like a bright, like kind of like a navy-ish blue now with the orange. And I went in the Family Dollar and the tasty cake was there. And I was like, before I even went to the Family Dollar, I said, my mom wants a tasty cake. Like she wants a candy cake because that was her favorite. And when I went to the store, the tasty cake guy from the truck, he was scanning them and taking them off the shelf. And I immediately said, wait, are those not for sale anymore? And he was like, well, they're out of date. And I was like, what about that one? There was one more box on the shelf. He was like, that one's okay. And I took it. And I got her candy cakes. And I'm gonna go put them in her box. And I got 3 for me. There's 12 in the pack. Got 3 for me and the rest for her, because God knows she would hoop and holler. She did not like to share. I also realized that my mom ate Mike and Ike's a lot, and here's how funny life is. Lately when I go out, as I said before, I used to be super into candy, right? But lately I'm not. I have to be in the mood for it. But every time I go out, I have not been eating these. I have not been eating these. They've just been laying around. This has been an open pack for almost a week now. And there's still a few in there, but I've just been picking up Mike and Ike's. Mine are the sour blue raspberry. My mom didn't like nothing sour. But it was today when it hit me. I got done and with my doctor's appointment, I was sitting out there in the rain and I was smoking my cart and I was eating these as a cotton mouth kind of healer. And it hit me. I got a flashback memory of my mom. Jesus Christ. It's been a very emotional day for me, a lot, for my mom. I think my mom has been connected with me a lot today, so I'm okay. I don't want no sympathy. Just ignore it, please. I'm not in the mood. But, like, my mom will always sit at the table, at the dining room table, before she was on oxygen. She smoked a cigarette, and it was Newport 100s in a box, and she would always have a pack of the green box of Micanites, and she'd eat them, a whole bunch of them by the mouthful, and then smoke cigarette at the same time. And none of us were ever allowed to get any of them. So I would be the one to sneak them whenever she'd take a nap or go upstairs, because my mom was the type where she would have her snacks, like she would go to the Amish market and get pretzels, or she would open a bag of chips and she would eat half of them, and then she would close them up and leave them on the dining room table. And if she left them on the dining room table, then she didn't care if the rest of the kids got them. If she took them upstairs with her in her room, she didn't want us to eat it. And I just started to chuckle, literally, while I was waiting for the bus earlier today. And I just kept eating the candy. You know, it was nothing too serious. It was just like, yo, I am turning into my mom in every unconscious way, because the universe really is real. Like, souls don't die. They're within you. Like, you keep these people alive. Like, you really do. You know, you really do keep these people alive. You have a duty. You have a duty to do. You know. You don't mind me. I don't know what happened to her. She just sounds dramatic, but literally, she was here one day and then she wasn't. One day she was talking about a tattoo and getting her whole arm, and she was in the hospital and she was completely fine and telling everybody to go home until she got a room, and then 3 hours later, she was dead. It's some of the weirdest shit in my life. I don't know. I spend every day trying to figure it out, even now. And every day I find out more information that I didn't know before. It makes me so sad. My earlier, my mom died 2 years ago, January the 9th, 2024. I found out January the 10th, 2024, so I mourned both days. And it wasn't until 2 weeks ago, this year in 2026, that people told me that the hospital that I thought my mom died in, she didn't die, and she died in a hospital that she usually refuses to go to. My mom only went to Holy Spirit, but if anything else happened, she would go to Hershey. They took her to Harrisburg Hospital, and she lived in Central Dauphin. So if it was an exact emergency, they would have took her to the closest hospital, which would have been osteopathic. So I have absolutely no clue why anybody in the world took her to fucking Harrisburg Hospital. I don't. I mean, my mother was 65 years old, and her whole life, she never stepped foot in Harrisburg Hospital. She wasn't even born there. She was so adamant about it. And she wasn't too keen with Hershey either, because she said they was a practicing hospital. So Hershey Hospital is attached to the Hershey School. And she was like, she thinks that in certain criteria they'll experiment on you. But if anything would happen against, like if she couldn't go to her Holy Spirit, she would want to go to Hershey. Like that's just how she was. So I really don't understand how she ended up at Harrisburg Hospital to this day. Until 2 weeks ago, I was under the impression my mom passed away 5 minutes away from me, where I was at the moment at Holy Spirit, because I was living at the Roadway Inn, which the Holy Spirit Hospital is about 5 minutes away from. Apparently, she wasn't anywhere near there. So that really hurt. And then they told me other shit that I didn't know. Like my mom was going through dementia. Like she was going through early dementia. Like she would just say one thing and then start repeating it again and again and again. And that was hard for me to hear. And then they told me about shit like that night. Like, oh, they woke up that day and she was in the room. She was in the living room because my mom had a medical bed. So in her house, the living room was her room. And apparently my sister went up there and she was like shaking or whatever. So my sister rushed her to the hospital to figure out what was going on. Because my mom was on a feeding tube at the moment and had a lot of issues. She just had surgery. She just was in the ICU, in the medical coma. Like my mom went through a lot. So we thought she was getting better, but then she had some issues with her feeding tube. She had went back and forth from the hospital to then, and then she did a solid recovery in Select Hospital at Holy Spirit. Select is the rehabilitation part of Holy Spirit Hospital. So my mom was in Select, did rehabilitation, was allowed to go home around Thanksgiving of 2024, and then had several issues with her feeding tube, which caused her to go back and forth maybe 2 to 3 times to Holy Spirit to get her feeding tube fixed. And somehow, I literally don't fucking know how. Last time I talked to my mom was December the 21st, a few days before my grandma's passing away anniversary, because I was super sad and I called her and things like that, and it didn't go too well to my hope, but that's neither here nor there. She sounded okay. She sounded completely fine. She sounded like she was eating chips to me. I realized now she wasn't eating chips because she was on the feeding tube, so I don't know what the hell she was eating or what that noise was. But yeah, and then I guess the bits and pieces that I have at the moment is that my sister went up that morning to say something to her, give her medicine or do something. My mom didn't look well. Her eyes was like almost bloodshot, like very bright, and she was shaking very hard. So my sister rushed her to the hospital. Apparently my family was there waiting for her. I don't know why it would have taken so long though for my mom on full-time oxygen, shaking, having all of these issues of feeding tube, whatever, to sit in a waiting room for a room for so damn long. Maybe you shouldn't have fucking took her to fucking Harrisburg Hospital, where she literally never goes. Because how they're explaining it is they were sitting in the hospital. What I understand from what they were telling me, she was sitting in the hospital. She was sitting in the hospital with all of them, and slowly everybody started to go. My aunt was the last one who was sitting with her. And apparently, my aunt just told me 2 weeks ago that my mom was like, Cheryl, go home. And she was like, I'll stay here until you get into a room. It's all good. And my mom was like, no, it's okay. I'll be fine. Like, I'm just going to sit here for a while. You got to go to work tomorrow. Go ahead and go home, Cheryl. And mom was like, no, it's okay. I'll be fine. Like, I'm just going to sit here for a while. You got to go to work tomorrow. Go ahead and go home, Cheryl. And my aunt claims that, she asked her a few more times, and then she ended up getting an Uber or something, and then she went home. And 3 hours later, the hospital called my sister and said, hey, it's not looking so good. You guys need to come over here. And I guess like they all rushed over there. My aunt took a cab, and I'm thinking they went to Holy Spirit. Now I know they went the all the way downtown to Harrisburg, and apparently when they walked, my aunt told me 2 weeks ago when she left my mom in the waiting room. My mom had her oxygen on, and she was fine, and she was waiting for a room, and they was talking about getting the tattoo portrait of my grandma on her because she wanted, my mom wanted another tattoo for my grandma. She wanted a portrait, and my aunt was going to pay for it, and for her birthday, because my mom's birthday is August 1st, and my mom always would have tattoo parties. That was just our our life growing up. And so she said she wanted a portrait of my grandma. And my aunt said that when she got into the room, my mom was looking around. Everybody was surrounding her, crying. Her mouth was open, her eyes were wide, and she was doing a death rattle. But there was no oxygen in sight. And she said she just laid her head on her chest as she passed away. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. So one thing that has been hard for me lately finding this new information is everybody not understanding how my mom was remotely healthy before this situation, had issues with her breathing tube or whatever. Yes, she had issues with COPD and somewhat of heart failure, but not enough to think that she was dying. Like, she was completely fine. And now, like, a key thing that my heart takes place of is like the oxygen. My mom always used to complain about how she did not like the oxygen. It made her feel weak. She felt like people looked down on her whenever she would be on the phone. People would say they couldn't hear her because of the noise of the oxygen, and it really limited her from all the things she used to do. My mom was a very active person. A truancy officer, a security officer, a lawyer. Like, she really ripped and ran everywhere all the time. And when she didn't have to rip and run on her vacation, she was ripping and running. We were in DC or Virginia, or, going shopping, or we was doing something. We were out and about. And I just keep asking myself, like, for the past 2 weeks, like, did my mom wait until my aunt was gone from the hospital and take off her oxygen and just let go? Like, nothing really makes any other sense, honestly. Her charts say natural causes, but it's literally just because when they asked the hospital what happened, they just said her heart stopped. Like, there was no, it was like just gradual. Like, it was so weird. So anytime something happens with your lungs or your heart, usually the hospitals will chart natural causes. I don't know. It's like you can't be completely fine 1 minute and then like 3 hours later, just gone, done. No way to even revive. No point. I asked them if they tried to revive her. They said no. I said why? They said because it was too late. She was doing the death rattle. When you hear that sound, you will understand there's nothing that can happen. And I simply responded to my aunt, well, I've never got to hear the sound because y'all kept that my mom was dying away from me. Y'all called my cousin before you even called me. I learned the next day. But everybody was surrounded her when she passed. So, thanks for that. Thank you for that. My mom died thinking I didn't give a damn, and I did. Thank you. Nobody needs to be sorry. It's just weird. Some people really do believe that, I don't know, I've grown past the whole sympathy thing. I just feel like I don't want sympathy, but I just feel like it's like, how can I put this without sounding ignorant? It's like when I think about it, I think like those people got more shit coming to them than me because you really can't play God. And that's exactly what they did, in my opinion. And personally, nothing will change my opinion. You played God. You chose who you wanted there. You chose who she should care about more, who she should have seen. You chose what mattered to you in that moment, not her. You chose not to try to revive her. You chose to leave her there by her spouse, by herself, despite what she said. I don't care. My mom could have said, the sky is falling. You should go home and catch it and bring it back to me. And I would have said, no, I'm going to stay here until you get into a room. I don't care what she said or how much she pushed. No job, no sleep to get up for a job in the morning is worth your only sister being in the hospital by herself. That's just me. But I didn't get any of those chances because nobody considered me. Her child. Her baby. That's what my mom called me. My mom called me her baby. Out of all 10 of her children. I remember one time when I tell this story about how she seen me in the street and she came and gave me those Van shoes and she sat and talked to me for a while. But I never talk about how there was this one guy who was sitting across the street and I was like, hey, the library is open if you want to go in there because it's raining. And he was like, oh, I'm okay. I'm just waiting for my Uber. And he came up over to me to talk to me about this Martin Luther King Jr. Day thing that was going on at the Sunshine Park down on Cameron Street and how it would be a nice thing for young intellectual black people to be a part of and how there would be free food and everything. And then he looks into the car that I was standing by and he goes, Dar, this is your kid? And my mom was like, that's my baby. I'll never forget it. And he was like, I mean, this guy is so respectful, so kind. And she was like, thank you. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'll never forget it. And it made me happy because even though I was homeless, I'll never forget it. And it made me happy because even though I was homeless and even though like we didn't have the best relationship, me and my mom, it showed me that like her hard work didn't go to waste. Even though, our relationship between each other couldn't always get along, that her hard work as being a mother, like I still remember her teachings, and even as a homeless person, I try to live those teachings every day. And represent that. Remember the please and thank yous, the hold the doors, the respects, the sharing, the honesty, and the kindness of it all that was taught to me. The whole, like as a military brat, remembering take what you need and leave what you can. Like as a military brat, remembering take what you need and leave what you can. Like, I don't know. It just sucks. It sucks. And I can't imagine a person who is more like my mom than me. And that's so fucked up because if you knew it, I didn't really enjoy who my mom was. I didn't really enjoy a lot of the ways that she thought or the ways she went about things. We couldn't live together because of that. Even she said that. She loved me, but we couldn't live together. Like, it was just, I adored her, but couldn't stand the things she did to survive. And, I can't think of. She has one biological child, which is my older sister, who did all of this. And even now, I can't think of anybody who is more like my mother, like it or hate it, than me. And Lord knows most of the time I hate it. I can't. She had me since I was 3 months old. And from 3 months old, I had soaked in everything that Darlene Renee Manning was. And there is nobody more like her than me, and I have to deal with that every day. And what is so funny about it, excuse me, what's so funny about it is that one day, when I was in my camper and I was still living in front of her house, I was going through it with my ex-fiance. Thank you, Cynthia. And I was talking to my mom very randomly about my godmom and just missing my godmom being passed away and just everything that I'm dealing with and how much I wanted to check myself into an inpatient, but I couldn't at the moment because I was working and everything, and I had even called them in front of my mom, and the place that I wanted to go to, which was LBH, they didn't have any rooms. It was a hard time. And my relationship was really, 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 really killing me. And my mom could actually see that. Like, my mom didn't have a good intake on me a lot of the times. Didn't get along because I was too sensitive. A lot of the times she would tell me two things. Number one, I did not want you. She let me remember that 24/7. Out of all of my biological siblings that she adopted, I was the last one. And she always told me how much she did not want me. I grew up knowing that. That's why sometimes when people ask me, like, where's your family? And I say, I'm not shocked, because, like, I knew it was going to happen. My other siblings, my older brother and my other older brother, the one that they adopted. So they adopted 3 kids, right? Tony, Kermit, and me. Kermit was in jail for life by the time he was 18 years old. Tony wasn't out of jail his whole life, but he's the oldest. He's damn near 40 or in his 40s, and right now he's serving 18 years in prison. I am the only one that is out, alive, mental illness free, no criminal record, and a high school diploma. Google that. I take pride in it every day. But somehow, despite any of that, despite me getting into a performing arts high school and graduating and doing all of this, people hated me. They made sure that I knew they did not want me. The only reason they took me in was because Angie, my biological mom, tried to get funds from me for substance. Children and youth got involved because you can't, barter a baby for hugs. That's not right. And I guess at the moment my mom didn't even know that Angie had another kid, which was me. Which would probably make sense on why I was born 100% addicted to Acoane, because Angie didn't even know she was pregnant with me. She didn't know until my bio dad apparently, like, whoop that tree down the steps, and, like, she was sitting there for a while, and then the ambulance got her and then was like, girl, you pregnant. Girl, you pregnant, girl, you pregnant, girl. You pregnant, girl. You pregnant. You pregnant. And do you think that made her stop using? Absolutely not. So out of all of her children, I was born, right? And she didn't stop the addiction. It just caused me to be getting taken away. And then people who took me away didn't really want me. And then they used to tell me that, so nobody understood why my older siblings had the best life and I have the worst tragedy story. Even though somehow they had the best life and they were spoiled, but all of them is in jail. And it's crazy. And my therapist was the one who pointed that out, because my old therapist, Amy, she can't stand my mom. And that's not even from me. She had multiple interactions with my mom herself and specifically told me, like, I would do anything to get you away from her. It was weird. It was crazy. But, But it was to the point where, sorry, it was to the point where my therapist was like, look at every single person who she showed favoritism to. And look where they are right now. And she might have neglected you. Yes, you were raised by your grandma and your godmom and your aunt and your sister, because I used to talk in therapy about being bounced around from house to house because my mom never wanted me. So my mom would show more attention to the older kids, and I would never be at her house. I would live with other people, and I always felt neglected. And the only thing I ever wanted my whole life was just to live with my mom. And then when I did live with my mom, she hated my guts. So it was like, fuck. It was sucky. But anyway, my therapist was like, and yeah, she might have neglected you, but do you have a criminal record? Are you in prison for life? Do you have a high school diploma? And I started to think, I was like, okay, Amy, eat it up. Eat it up, Amy, eat it up. It's basically like every person my mom raised and showed favoritism to absolutely fucking failed. And I am the only one who, I mean, I'm failing right now, but it's like, how can I explain that I'm failing, but like I have potential? Like so much potential to thrive. And I have morals. And my mom used to hate me because I was the most sensitive one, always crying, always doing this. But then also you raised sociopaths. They weren't crying because they were torturing us and they were so psychopaths. So now one of my brothers is a rapist, like the other one is a fucking literal killer, like those the people that you took pride in because they weren't too sensitive like me. Yeah, I called the cops to my mom for hitting a dog. Because what are you hitting a dog for? Yeah, I did it. And then my mom put me out to go live with my grandma for 3 years. I don't give a fuck. So I was the worst child. The most disrespectful child. The child who couldn't be tamed. The worst one. Mind you, I'm the only child without a criminal record. The only child who walked across the stage. The only child who doesn't have no kids right now. And all of them had literal children before the age of 20. Except for Kermit, because he was in jail before he could even think about doing anything with that. He was literally in juvenile detention centers since the age of 14 years old. Schaffner and shit like that. And then by the time he got out when he was 17, he had 6 months out, committed a crime to be joining the Bloods, and then went to prison when he was 18 for natural life. He'll be in there the rest of his life. Just to be called Shoe. A Blood. But she didn't want to come to none of my plays at my high school because she didn't like that musical theater shit. Nobody gets far with that. Sorry, I forgot that you'd rather be at trial dates fighting for your kids' lives and their freedom. My bad. No time for a theater when you're too busy worried about the courtroom. I feel you, queen. Who the fuck did I think I was, right? Invite her to a play. Get the fuck out of here. I used to do sign language for church. She wouldn't fucking step through the doors. But when my cousin and my brother did it for fucking 2 months, oh my god! My sons! They do sign language! No, they fucking don't. To this day, I stayed in sign language until I was 15 years old. I started when I was 5. They only came when my cousin and my brother was in, and then when my cousin and my brother stopped, they never came to see another fucking show. I did that. A part of the whole ass church. Because I wanted to. But then when the lady who taught us how to do sign language was the same lady our whole life, her name was Miss Harris. When she passed away, nobody told me she passed away. They had gathered all the signs of love, right, to sign at her funeral. They invited my cousin. My brother's in jail, but they didn't tell me that she died. Mind you, my cousin only did that shit for a little bit. I did that shit for years out of my life. I mean, that woman damn near raised me practically as well. On Fridays and Sundays. She passed away from a long battle of cancer. I had 3 messages from other people a part of the Signs of Love who asked me where I was. I told them I didn't know about it. I went into the house and I told my mom, I said, Mom, Miss Harris passed away. I said, oh shit, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, they just signed at her funeral. Bro, what? You left me out of that? You forgot to tell me. But the truth is that they really didn't want the church to know that I was trans. That little Ty is a boy now. Like I'm saying, these people play God. When I say these people play God, I don't mean it as a figurative speech. I mean, these people played God. Like they get to choose what's right, what's wrong, what's this, what's that, what happened, what didn't happen. Please tap the screen. I'm 25 away from the room. I have Zelle and PayPal if anybody would care to help me. So I can run downstairs and pay for the room for tomorrow. I have a lot of doctor's appointments. Well, not a lot. I have 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow, which will take up most of my day. Hoping to get help. Sorry that I got distracted. I hope I didn't trigger anybody with that story. Really have to train myself not to trauma dump randomly. I don't know. Gotta have more control over what I say. One of my favorite song lyrics is from Alessia Cara. And she's like, don't ask me what's wrong. I might just fall over and spill all over your floor. I love that. Like, you know, the spilled milk phrase. Don't ask me what's wrong. I might just fall over and spill all over your floor. Literally. As soon as anyone asks me what's wrong, I'm just gonna go into a tangent because I've been dying to speak about these things without judgment. It's like a lot of the times on here I talk about my mom and people just use it as a reason to rage bait me or be evil, but I'm really just looking for any type of like skeleton key door to open to be able to speak about her and speak about us and what was. Because a lot of people make me feel like I wasn't there, or I wasn't a part of it, or maybe I wasn't even alive. And a lot of times I question if I even was, but it was real for me and her. Maybe not everybody else, but I was Darlene's baby. It was real for us. Might have been cut short by other people, but there was a time when it was just me and my mom. Did anybody help with the 25? We're so close. It's almost 12 a.m. We're so close to getting the room. I just go by vibe. Just go by vibe. I want to focus on getting this 25 so that I can log off because I'm super depressy and I'm sure I'm making other people depressy. It's restricted right now. I'll probably just restart to get more viewers. As soon as I talk about focusing on the goal, everybody shuts the fuck up. And that's why I hate this. As soon as I talk about focusing on the goal, everybody shuts the fuck up. And that's why I hate this. I'm so confused by these comments. I'm trying to read all of them, but it's like, whoa, what is going on? Girl, ain't nobody sending you nothing. I live in, where do you think I live? You gotta use your brain. I could tell you, but you gotta guess. Look, either send the 25 or stop fucking talking to me, or I'm gonna start blocking y'all. At this point, I'm annoyed as fuck. It's almost 12 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be up early as shit for a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna be out all day, and I don't got time for it. So either help with the 25, chill out in the live, or get the fuck out of here. That's just what it is. I don't give a fuck. Hey. Zelle and PayPal, y'all. 25 left for the room. Almost 12 a.m. I gotta be up real early. I'm not staying on here all night. Got PayPal up here, Royal Pittman 2019. No emojis, red background, blonde hair. Asking me stupid ass questions or anything that don't concern to the goal just gets you muted and blocked. So I ain't got no time for that buck ass shit. Mazel is pinned in the comment section. Angel, thank you so much for oh my god. Your hair is fucking bomb, girl. I love your hair. My Zell is in the comment section. Thank you for asking. Oh, I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. Because you definitely didn't have to do that. Your money is definitely your money, so I appreciate you. I'm just sick of the negativity in here. Plus, I have to be up early for some doctor's appointments, which is why I'm literally doing this in the first place. Because I'm homeless every day. Find a different hobby to say. You beg every day. You ask for help every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Mind you, I'm fucking homeless every day. If I ask for $25 today, is that going to buy me a mansion? Is that going to make me less homeless tomorrow? Use your freaking brains. That shit don't bother me. Talking about some, you do this every day. He do this every day. He been doing this for years. He been doing this. If you got a problem, then buy me a fucking apartment. Put that $1,000 down for the security deposit, and I can do the damn rest, baby. I promise you. If you have such a fucking problem with every day, pay for a week. That's $428 a week. Pay for it right now, so I don't have to be on here every day. If not, then I'm going to be on here every time I need help, because I'm simply asking for the bare minimum for today. $25 ain't going to cost every day this damn week. It ain't going to cover every day this damn week. My motel is $65 altogether. I got the rest myself. I'm asking for $25 to help me cover it. Use your fucking brains. You don't gotta help me with nothing. Your money is your money. Whatever you want to do with it is literally yours. I swear to God on everything I love. So you sitting here watching me putting negativity in my chat, you don't have to do that. Just scroll, block, press the X button, watch something you find entertaining. Go feed your family, go feed your friends, go feed yourself. You don't have to cater to me. I'm simply on here asking for help from someone who may have a little bit extra to help, or who may have been in that position, who understands what I'm going through, who may have a little bit of heart to help. People who don't want to help don't get no hate from me, and people who got it don't have to help me. It's all about them and where their heart lies and where their situation lies. I'm not forcing anybody on here to do anything. I'm not yelling at anybody on. I don't have CA. Thank y'all for asking. I'm not yelling at anybody on here to do anything. It is all out of choice. Now, am I going to promote my goal and push towards people? You know what I mean? Hey, y'all, I need 25. Yes, of course I'm going to shout that out. That's promotion. I need that. That's what I'm doing. But that's not me forcing anybody to do anything. People could hear that promotion and keep moving. Just like you see a flyer on a poster board and keep walking down the street. You might be interested in take a picture, you might not, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? So God bless y'all. Hope you understand where I'm coming from. If you would like to help, I have 25 off the room left. I have PayPal, which is Royal Pittman 2019 without the emojis. Blonde hair and red background as a picture. My Zelle is the phone number in the comment section. Hope y'all doing good. It's getting real late here. It's almost 12 a.m. I'm exhausted. I took my sleeping medication not too long before this. So whether I make the 25 or not, yes. The first initials of my name is TY. Last name Pittman on Zelle. Thank you for not putting the whole name. But it's almost 12 a.m. It's 11:59 right now. So if I don't make the whole 25, I am going to go to sleep in reasonable time because I have to be up extremely early to catch these buses. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Just trying to get this hotel room situated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, so much. Let me go check. I got it. Everything worked out. I got it. We are now $10 away from the room. It's like $428 for a week, Rose. $428 and some change for a week. I already have the goal for tonight. This is for tomorrow. So if I don't make it, I'm just going to end the live and go to sleep and try to make $10 tomorrow. Because it's 12:01. I have to wake up at 5. And my first bus will be here at 6:20. So that's why I'm like, ugh. And my first doctor's appointment is at 8:40. So I gotta be all the way in Hershey by then. Take two buses. I take this bus at 6:20 to get down there, and I take the next bus to get down to Hershey, 3:22. $10. $10 left, y'all. I got Zelle and PayPal. $10 left, y'all. I got Zelle and PayPal. I'm about to end this. I'm not gonna just waste my time. I have literally 5 hours to sleep, and that's it. I'm about to end this. I'm not gonna just waste my time. I have literally 5 hours to sleep, and that's it. I'm not gonna waste $10. Just can't. Cause I'm tired. I'm like extremely sleepy. $10. Just can't. Cause I'm tired. I'm like extremely sleepy. Out with this last $10 before I end this live stream. It would be nice to get this last $10 and then go downstairs and pay for the room on live right now. Show everybody I'm honest, secure the room, and show everybody the receipt. If not, I will have to wait until tomorrow, go to my doctor's appointment, and then come back on here afterwards and literally do all this all over again for no fucking reason. Bro, I told you the week already multiple times. Fuck off. It's 4:28. Exactly, Layla. But 12:10, I'm ending this live. It's 12:05. First of all, why the fuck would I have class at night? Like, y'all ask stupid ass fucking questions. Shut the fuck up! Fucking college has classes at night. I'm about to just end this shit right now, dog. I'm ending this. Goodbye. I will come on. I will text somebody personally for the $10. Hopefully to God tomorrow. By the time I get done with my appointments, somebody will have sent me the $10. I really do not give a fuck how y'all have a night. Thank you to the people who helped me with the funds for today. I really pray that y'all have a good night. Specifically, if you did help me, please DM me so I can send you the receipt. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm currently only $3 away from the goal now. Somebody just helped me. Thank you so much for your help. No, it was more than what you had to send. You didn't owe me anything. You could have kept that to yourself, and you cared about helping a stranger with their goal. And I am forever grateful for you and super indebted. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. I don't have Apple Pay, but I have Zelle and PayPal. If anybody would like to help with the last $3 so I can run downstairs and pay for it on live. I don't have Apple Pay, but I have Zelle and PayPal. If anybody would like to help with the last $3 so I can run downstairs and pay for it on live. I don't have Apple Pay, but I have Zelle and PayPal. If anybody would like to help with the last $3 so I can run downstairs and pay for it on live in front of all of you, to show I'm honest. If not, it's fine. I'm just sleepy as a motherfucker. To show I'm honest. If not, it's fine. I'm just sleepy as a motherfucker. My PayPal to my Zelle, which is what I make payments for, so we can go downstairs and pay for it really quick, and I can take my ass to sleep. My PayPal to my Zelle, which is what I make payments for, so we can go downstairs and pay for it really quick, and I can take my ass to sleep. Payments for, so we can go downstairs and pay for it really quick, and I can take my ass to sleep. And I can take my ass to sleep. And I can take my ass to sleep. I'm using the bathroom and then we're gonna run downstairs. I am so extremely grateful. There's also somebody who sent an extra $3 after I made my goal. And I just want to say thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you. Sorry. I'm really going through it on the bathroom right now. Not even joking. Can't make this up. It's snowing. That's so weird. I didn't know that.
An hour ago. Yeah.
Really? That sucks. It was just warm yesterday.
It's just warm like it's evening as well.
Literally.
Once it starts snow, it's not cold.
That's so. The world is dying. I'm just gonna pay for it today.
Oh, okay. It's 220, right? Currently you're staying?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
You too. Good night. Want to see you too. It was just 70 degrees yesterday and now it's snowing, so hope that makes you scared enough. The world is truly dying. I'm going to sleep. Thank you to all the people who helped me. Please DM me so I can send you the receipt. Hope the people who watch me enjoyed the mukbang. If you're getting snow where you are, I'm sorry for making fun of you because I went talking shit when I started this live stream, and now I am reaping the issues. It's snowing here, so that's just great. I have 5 hours, 4 hours and some change to sleep. I'm gonna go do that. God bless y'all. I love the people who love me. Thank you for supporting me. Have a good night's sleep. And if you're having rough weather, please be safe on your commute to work or school or whatever the case may be. Make the most out of everything you do. But most importantly, take care of you. Peace out. Or whatever the case may be. Make the most out of everything you do. But most importantly, take care of you. Peace out.